Hey guys, what's up? Megan here, headed to the gym. Just want to make a quick reminder video. Protein every 2 to 3 hours. I used to be a big hater on that whole, eat protein every 3 hour thing. But you guys know me, I like to keep an open mind. I like to try new things out. And if you've been following me for a long time, you know that I've tried all kinds of diets. I've tried all different types of methods to see what works and what doesn't work. And I'm a very organized guy. I have like my log, my fitness pal, all that shit, and I track my progress, not just on the weight, the scale, but also on in the mirror. And I will not lie to you guys. You guys know I have nothing to sell to you. I'm just making you guys learn from my mistakes and my experience. I used to talk shit on the whole eat protein every 3 hour thing until I tried it for myself and saw rapid. The word rapid is not even like close to rapid gains. I'm talking insane gains, because that's always hanging out with big dudes, you guys saw a lot of my friends are big as fuck, and or they got big as fuck when they used to be skinny, and I would ask them like, yo man, like what do you do differently? Because you guys know I like doing that whole show like home shit, asking questions. And the one thing that all had in common was they ate protein every 2 or 3 hours, whether it was protein shake or whatever. So months ago I started doing that shit, because before I was eating like 60 grams of protein a day minimum. And I was like, let me try it out. And every time I did it, because I tried it once, I made gains, then I stopped, because I figured, maybe it's because I started doing full body workouts. So I stopped doing the protein every 3 hour thing, and my gains plateaued. Then I went right back on it, and boom, And I'm not talking about just like increasing my macros. My macros were always the same. Every time I test 2 phases of nutrition, I keep my macros the same, because if you change my overall calories. If you change your macros, then you can't really tell if it's the protein or the carbs. So I made sure I kept everything the same, and I just ate my protein more frequently. So before, instead of eating my 3 big ass meals or my 2 big meals, or whatever, I began to eat small portions of my protein with my carbs, whatever, or my fiber every 2 or 3 hours. And boy, man, and I'm still making gains. I'm growing in strength. I'm growing in muscle size wise. So guys, it's not just, that's the one thing that I'm not gonna you will rarely hear me say that magazines are correct, because I know they're full of bullshit, but that's the one thing that magazines talk about that's actually true. And that's the one thing that science talks about that's actually true, is eating at least 20 grams of protein every 3 hours is greatly anabolic. It's common sense. So if you think about it, just on a biological level, forget bodybuilding, it's biologically. Every time you ingest protein, right, your body goes, protein synthesis begins. Every time you eat protein, every time it goes in your blood, your body starts protein synthesis, and we all know that's what builds muscle. So it will make sense that, and also another thing is, if you eat a lot of protein and protein synthesis kicks in, let's say you eat like a huge amount of protein and it kicks in, after a while it goes down. It doesn't matter how much protein you still have, protein synthesis begins to go down. That's proven. So it makes sense that every time you throw in a little bit of protein, you allowing your body to restart the process almost endlessly, And I see bodybuilders talk about that all the time, like even bro science, they should be like, hey, just eat protein every 2 or 3 hours. It makes you big, but they don't really understand the science behind it. And now it's being backed up, not just by science. It's the one thing that science and bro science agree on: eating protein every 2 or 3 hours, with carbs obviously, helps you increase size. And guys, like I said, every time I make a mistake, I tell you guys, the mistake that I made before months past was that I was fucking around. I would eat protein and wait 4 hours, 6 hours sometimes. Now, buy you one of them bitches. I made a video about this. Buy you one of these, right? It's the ones that have like the compartments and shit. So if you like me and you go to work or school, get your protein shake, then put like 2 scoops. It has 2 compartments. 2 hours later, 3 hours later, you should have your water bottle with you anyway. Pour that bitch in and take a scoop. When you get home, I really believe in eating, quality sources of protein from animals and shit like that. But hey, if you at school or work and you don't got time to cook every morning, or some days you just miss a meal, buy you one of these bitches, man. Put your protein shake in there, and just get that shit frequently. It's very, very, very important to have that positive nitrogen balance. The moment, and the thing is, people forget. I mentioned in the other video, people forget that when you eat protein, your body breaks it down to nitrogen and uses it to build muscle. When your body also releases nitrogen through other means, like when you sweat, when you take a shit, when you piss, your body loses nitrogen also. So you want to keep that balance. You want to keep the intake higher than the outtake. So guys, if there's one thing, I know it sounds simple as fuck. It's like, we heard it a million times. But here, Megan is telling you. You guys know how to fuck around with my fucking body. You know I'm how to fuck around with research. I like knowing the truth. to the point that I experience it on my own body. I make myself a guinea pig. So if I tell you, look, man, I tried it out and it works, I have no reason to lie to you. If you don't believe me, start increasing your protein frequency, right? Like I said, I don't go above 26 grams, right? I don't go above 26 grams. I keep my meals small, so it keeps me full. And I just keep eating, you know, anything with protein every 2-3 hours, and I'm getting gains. Strength-wise, you guys saw my strength just shot off the roof on my squats and things like that. My muscles are, you know, starting to grow. They're looking fuller and stuff like that. And I'm gonna keep on doing that shit till it fails me, you know. And like I said, a lot of people that I see in the gym, they look the same way year in, year out. Why? You know, and they see me, Matt, Muhammad, all these guys getting gains. They're like, oh, what are you guys doing? You guys on steroids? No, motherfucker. The thing is, people don't have a problem with training. People train hard as fuck. You know, the average person that's skinny, he trains hard. It's just y'all don't understand this nutrition shit, man. I'm making the same mistake I made. Nutrition is 99.9% of bodybuilding, man. You know, so try that shit, guys. And I will see you. I'm going to the gym right now. Wake Club. Keep through the alpha. Oh, and remember, I'm not saying that that if you don't eat protein every 2-3 hours, you're not gonna make gains. I'm not saying that. People make gains doing that. People in prison, people, even me, I made, you know, my noob gains without doing that shit. But you will make gains faster if you did. So there's a big difference, right? That does not mean it's the absolute way to build muscle, but it is the most efficient and the quickest way, right? So try that. If you don't believe me, try that for 3 to 4 weeks, and don't change your macros. Just start eating your protein frequently. And message me back and let me know how that goes for you. All right, guys, just trying to help Team Do the Alpha. Thumb up the video if it did.